We all know Paper Mario is cool as fuck, but who knows what he's thinking? Well, if I had to guess, perchance it'd be something like, wow, there sure are a lot of baddies around here. That's right, I just spent the last 2 weeks binging the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake and then playing Paper Mario 64 for the first time, and gee whiz, there are a lot of bad bitches in these games. So today, we will be ranking my personal list of the top 12 Paper Mario baddies. This video will contain spoilers for the first 2 Paper Mario games. Number 12. Starting off the list with a surprise pick, we have the wife from the Twilight Town shop. There's not a whole lot to really say about her, unfortunately. She seems happily married. But hey, if she were gonna cheat on her husband, it may as well be with me, am I right? I'll bet the Twilighters would feel amazing to cuddle, given they look like plush toys. I could just imagine getting close to her and watching the, Twilight set after a long day's work running the shop. Number 11. Jolene. Jolene is the epitome of girl boss, that's for sure. She takes charge after her brother mysteriously disappears, and works close to Grubba to investigate. Eventually, she becomes the new boss of the Glitz Pit, and truly becomes the girl boss. She's a genuinely sweet lady, and when she's not on the clock, you can find the stunning babe sipping juice over at the watering hole in a gorgeous dress. I don't think anyone could resist her beautiful pink spots and that cute blonde arch of hair going down her face. Jolene is an absolute baddie. Number 10. Sylvia. Like with the shopkeeper's wife, Sylvia isn't exactly the most prominent character here. But she and her family do appear periodically throughout Mario's journey. For all you MILF lovers out there, Sylvia's certainly the one, literally being a mother. On top of that, she's loaded with cash. Sugar mama, anyone? And her relationship with her husband honestly doesn't seem all that solid. She has a very stylish fashion sense, and her sparkling silver body is simply out of this world. If you were to get with this cougar of a babam, it would surely be a real blast. Number 9. From one dynamite gal to another, we have Bombette from the original Paper Mario. She's certainly not the most flushed out Mario character, but that's alright. What she is a real dang cutie, who took charge in helping her people free from the shackles of the Koopa Bros, and took the fight directly to them. She's even one of the few characters in that game to give Mario a little smooch later on. One of Bombette's standout features is her adorable ponytail-styled fuse, and her unique shaped crank. Both of these just make her downright adorable. Number 8. Now, you may be thinking I'm a little crazy for this one, but hear me out. Lord Crump. Though he may be a little dim-witted, and that may not be everyone's cup of tea, you know what he does have in droves? Loyalty. Honestly, Crump is a true homie, as most X-Nauts seem to be, honestly. I could just imagine chilling late at night, straight gaming with Crump, filling our bellies with soda as the hours pass. Unlike some of the previous contenders, I don't think Crump's loyalty would ever be in question. If you bag yourself a Crump, just know that he's a keeper. Number 7. Pika and Lala. Pika and Lala are the lovable Boo sisters from the Thousand Year Door who work for Don Pianta. And they allegedly once did modeling work, and I can definitely tell why. They are beautiful. They aren't the most prominent in terms of character, but damn if they aren't a couple of hotties who know how to sweet-talk a plumber. If you were to get together with either of these boolicious babes, you'd definitely be in for a frighteningly good time. Number 6. Madame Merlar. Definitely someone I'd say is an underrated baddie for sure. Though by the time you get to her, she's long dead. She still takes time out of her busy afterlife to give Mario some backstory, and help him enter one of the coolest dungeons in the game. Sadly, the player doesn't get to hear most of her talking, because the rude Mario falls asleep, but I would love to sit and listen to her talk for hours if I could. Madame Merlar, please hit me up. Number 5. The Shadow Queen. Now what can I say that hasn't already been said about the Shadow Queen? In a similar vein to Jolene, she is the epitome of girl boss, serving so hard that she flushed an entire city down the mother toilet. Mario's honestly a much stronger hero than I'd ever be, because I would not hesitate for a single second to become this witch's slave. And I mean, that's not a very unpopular opinion at all, judging by all the fan art I've seen. Number 4. Ms. Mouse. I don't really know what you expected here, to be honest. This mouse serves cunt, and we all know it. You know this, I know this, Miyamoto knows this. She kisses Mario more times in this game than anyone else, and plays hard to get. She makes you pursue her. She steals more than badges. She steals hearts. Number 3. Lady Bow. At first glance, you'd be forgiven for thinking Lady Bow was no more than your average, typical, stuck-up rich girl. But you'd be wrong. While she is a bit snobby, she genuinely cares for her fellow boos. She's shown to be very ingenuitive, holding the lost Star Spirit captive in order to convince Mario to help her out. But she doesn't simply send Mario to take care of her problems. She doesn't hesitate to join him and take the fight straight to the evil Tubba Blubba. Afterwards, she keeps her word, giving Mario the Star Spirit, and then joining him on his adventure to save the Mushroom Kingdom. She's a baddie, and she knows it. But she's also a real sweetie at heart. And man, with that cute little tail wiggle she does, who could possibly resist her charms? And at last, we're down to the final 2. So, this part is actually kind of hard, because we've only got 2 baddies left on this list. Both of which are absolutely S-tier baddies, no question. But how would I rank them? Well, it's tough, but... Number 2. Goombella. A classic, really. Everyone who's played Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door as a kid undoubtedly had a crush on this lovable little chestnut. And who can blame them? Goombella is an incredibly smart and sassy girl who accompanies Mario throughout his journey to retrieve the Crystal Stars. She's probably one of the most fleshed out Paper Mario characters of them all, given just how much personality her tattle dialogues exude. She comes across as pretty bold, borderline rude on occasion, but her headstrong nature is definitely a huge reason why we all love her so much. Goombella is also incredibly useful in combat, with her hard-hitting multi-bonk laying waste to enemies day in and day out. And the way her gorgeous blonde ponytail bobs up and down is enough to put anyone into a trance. Anyone looking to score a date with this fierce gal is surely in for a goom time. And at last we reach number 1. And who is it? Why, the Shadow Beauty herself, Vivian. Were you really expecting anyone else? It was a pretty close race between Goombella and Vivian, but in the end, Viv just barely manages to scrape ahead for me. Though she may not have quite as much characterization or spunk as Goombella, Vivian's tragic tale is one that pulls at the heartstrings and makes you incredibly proud to watch her gain confidence and rise up against her abusive sister, challenging even her own destiny as someone so closely tied to the Shadow Queen. Vivian is a downright adorable and very silly girl who also has one of the best moves in the game. Make no mistake, her fiery passion burns bright despite her normally timid demeanor. And lastly, who can resist a cute witch? I mean, come on. It's a known fact that the bigger the hat, the cuter the witch. That's just science. Even Goombella admits it. And there you have it, my definitive ranking for my top baddies in the Paper Mario series. Sorry out there to all you superheads. I do really love the game, I just don't really see any of those characters as baddies. Maybe I'll have to revise this list in the future, though. Especially if I discover any baddies in Origami King. But for now, that's all the time I got. I've got to get back to playing Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door on my Nintendo Switch family of systems. A Goombye, everybody!